Use your eyes.
Use your eyes. Come closer.
She can't focus.
Why can't she focus? Take her closer.
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness... The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of... The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki.
Why won't it open? Why can't she open it?
She needs to challenge the gods.
She has to fight 2 gods first.
2 gods?
2 gates.
Which will she choose first?
One of them will kill her, I know.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his...
Is she lost? Would be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off of berries, roots and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like Truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from... The Northmen say you must sacrifice in order to receive.
Perhaps never to return. Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
The Northmen say that Odin is always in search of knowledge and wisdom and magic. The Northmen say that Odin has 2 ravens.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. Was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the...
It was everywhere.
Maybe it was a trick.
The pyre. Cert is through there.
He's waiting for her.
You can't get through.
How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth said.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called...
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel... The Northmen say that what we see as a rainbow is the bridge that goes... However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads... Hela possesses large dwelling places. The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift that death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night. As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Sigurd, leaves. Sigmund's sister trades shape.
That tree. Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real?
Is he there?
You're alone in these mountains.
Is that Dillian?
Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree.
She met him by the tree.
Maybe it's a sign.
What's he trying to tell you?
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave. And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce...
That we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
story.
Who's there? Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
What was that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices?
Is that his voice?
Hervor disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires.
I can hear him.
Flames I passed through were real enough. Within the burial mound, Hervor calls on her. Hervor ignores her father's warning.
This fits. Let's cross it.
The Northmen tell this story.
She thought she had light within her when she opened. She is pure darkness. Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world.
He's not in this world.
He's in the other one.
He's in the other one.
He's in the dark world.
The dark.
The dark world.
The world once seemed so simple. Black.
You are guilty.
Was it worth it?
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder.
Should have listened to your father.
His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage.
This love has tortured you and it tortures me.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The Northmen tell how the god... The Northmen speak of a death moon.
Senua! Come to me! Where are you?
I'm here! I'm right here!
Are you in there?
We have to find him. The runes.
Come out if you
Focus.
are.
The runes.
There was a Northman called Grettir. I will tell you. Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this dragon's accursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd, the dragon's Fafnir, is so large and deadly that...
Because of her. It's all her fault. All her fault. Weak. She should have known. She should have known.
Why doesn't she learn? What will she learn?
She doesn't understand.
Now the darkness has Dillian's soul.
And it will take it. And never give it
Although
back.
Sigurd
She
kills the dragon,
deserves it.
Rain wants to keep Fafnir's gold all for himself.
It's the end.
The darkness
Rain also wants the strength and wisdom of the dragon, so he drinks its blood and asks Sigurd to roast Fafnir's heart for him. Sigurd does so, But when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking, he licks his finger and tastes the dragon's blood. In that moment, Sigurd's new found.
She can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black.
No, she can't. It's too dangerous. Too weak. She has the soul. She is rotting. She is nearly dead. She must defeat Hela. There is no way she can defeat Hela. She must. Hela is powerful. She must. But she has Dillian's soul. She can only Hela has Dillian's soul. She must speak to her. She must fight, or she must go back. Find another way. There is no reason. There has to be another. She can't fight. Turn back.
The Northmen say.
To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the god... say that each god will do battle at Ragnarok. Odin will fight the monstrous wolf and be killed, but his son will avenge him and plunge his sword